What you believe you become. That is my most uncompromising law of success. I have watched the power of the mind promote men or imprison them, exactly as their faith commands. When belief is precise and disciplined, results arrive on schedule, not by accident. Applied faith is no sermon. It is organized energy that moves plans through resistance. Give me your attention for minutes, and I'll hand you a method you can test tonight. You are not designed to drift. Your subconscious mind obeys the orders you repeat with feeling. If those orders are doubt, you rehearse failure. If they are purpose, you rehearse victory. Prosperity answers the mind that decides what is true before proof is visible. This is how a millionaire mindset is built, first in conviction, then in cash flow. Decide what you will accept as reality, and your habits will hurry to comply. Here is my promise. I will show you how to turn belief into behavior and behavior into results. We will use autosuggestion, a daily declaration, and 3 proofs before noon. You will see why faith on schedule outperforms motivation on demand. By then, you will hold a sentence that can redirect a year of living. And once you grasp this, the next shock about how the world mirrors your beliefs will make perfect sense. Do you believe you were born to win or sentenced to struggle? Answer honestly, and your days will tell me if you spoke the truth. The power of the mind behaves like a mirror. It reflects what you accept as real. When I believed in scarcity, I found proof on every street. When I believed in service and growth, resources began to report for duty. Modern psychology would say your brain hunts evidence for your convictions. I learned that long before laboratories named the effect. Your subconscious mind filters opportunities by the story you repeat with emotion. Call it a mental mirror if you like. I call it applied faith at work. Believe small, and you will organize a very busy, very modest life. Here is the sting and the hope. Belief precedes skill, not the reverse. Men wait for proof to grant themselves permission. Faith grants it in advance. That advance credit turns effort into momentum and mistakes into tuition. When belief is precise, decisions speed up and fear grows quiet. Change your creed, and your calendar, contacts, and cash flow will hurry to match. What the mind can conceive and believe can achieve. I chose those words carefully because each one does a different job. Conceive means I build a detailed picture of the result, numbers, names, deadlines. Believe means I accept that picture as present tense truth and speak to it daily. Achieve means I convert that conviction into proofs the world can measure. Most men stop at conceiving, they daydream and call it planning. Belief installs leadership over the subconscious mind. Orders become clear and constant. When the picture and the conviction align, the power of the mind becomes obedient. Doubt still knocks, but it finds no seat at the table. Decisions speed up because the future has already been chosen. Here is the central thesis. Outcomes are delayed until belief is specific. A vague creed produces vague motion. A precise creed produces scheduled results. Write the picture, choose the identity that matches it, and let habits report for duty. Your world will organize around what you accept as non-negotiable truth. This is the law that turns inner speech into outer evidence. Faith, as I teach it, is disciplined confidence applied to a specific aim. It is not ceremony. It is the power of the mind choosing one outcome as inevitable. When I link belief to a deadline and a service, my subconscious mind mobilizes. Doubt still speaks, but it no longer commands the room. Faith becomes the foreman. Fear is merely a consultant without a vote. Think of faith as chemistry. It binds desire to action so they do not separate. I repeat my purpose out loud until it feels normal, then I prove it before noon. That proof, one call, one page, one pitch, teaches my nervous system the new identity. The brain hunts what it rehearses, and rehearsal becomes reflex. Soon, opportunities that once looked invisible begin waving their hands. A simple model you can test tonight. Choose one result, one date, and one price you will pay daily in service. Speak it morning and night with feeling, then deliver 3 proofs tomorrow. Record the wins so belief has evidence to feed on. Do this for 30 days and notice how quickly momentum starts keeping its promises. Henry Ford decided he would cast an 8-cylinder engine in a single block when engineers called it impossible. He did not rent his belief from their opinions. He hired it to command their effort. The power of the mind was visible in his orders: build it, and when months passed, keep working. Belief set the deadline. Persistence met it. The blueprint arrived after conviction, not before. When the V8 finally ran, it was faith made of steel and fire. Thomas Edison treated failures like tuition payments toward a working filament. He believed before he possessed the method, which let him outwork men waiting for certainty. My interviews confirmed it. His subconscious mind returned answers because his creed never blinked. 1,000 experiments did not change his identity. They proved it. That is applied faith, results catching up with a decision already made. I learned the same pattern in my own work. When I accepted the mission as inevitable, contacts appeared, pages multiplied, doors opened. When I doubted, motion slowed, and chances walked past me politely. Belief leads, then behavior follows, then outcomes obey. Choose your creed first, and your calendar will hurry to agree. Autosuggestion is the arithmetic of belief. A thought repeated with emotion becomes a creed. A creed directs action. Action produces results. Results return as evidence, which strengthens the creed, and the cycle compounds. The power of the mind does not argue with repetition. It obeys it. So I chose to repeat only what I intended to become. There is a negative equation as well. Doubt rehearsed daily becomes identity. Identity drives timid action. Timid action yields thin results. Thin results prove the doubt and demand more of it tomorrow. Your subconscious mind is a perfect bookkeeper. It balances whatever figures you feed it. Change the entries, and the ledger of your life begins to show profit. Here is how I kept the math in my favor. Morning and night I declared one outcome, one date, one service I would render. I paired the words with 3 proofs before noon, so the brain had fresh numbers to post. Soon, my attention filtered for opportunities that matched the creed I kept. That is autosuggestion, belief written into behavior until outcomes have no choice. There was a season when creditors knocked and my pages paid too little. I considered surrender, change the thesis, shrink the mission, blame the economy. Then I remembered my own law. What I believe, I become. I wrote one sentence again, aloud, until my pulse matched the words. The power of the mind steadied. My next move became visible. I chose proof over panic, 3 actions before noon every day. I called men who could publish. I taught where I could serve. I wrote until midnight. My subconscious mind began returning names, phrases, and angles on schedule. Opportunities one had missed weeks before now looked obvious. The calendar changed because the creed stopped changing. The money followed last, but it followed. Confidence arrived first, then decisive plans, then allies who respected clarity. I learned that applied faith isn't louder feelings, it's quieter execution. The world kept pace with identity I repeated and proved. That was the pivot. Belief promoted me before any bank did. Name one belief that quietly sabotages your days. Say it plainly, I'm not the kind of person who earns X, or I always quit. Now ask, where did this creed come from? One failure, one critic, one old story. The power of the mind kept that sentence on payroll because you repeated it. If you always believed it, you always became it. That ends tonight. Write the opposite creed in 12 words or fewer, clear, present tense, measurable. I create $8,000 per month by mastering offers for clinics by June 30th. Read it aloud twice, then ask, what 3 proofs before noon will make this true? Your subconscious mind respects evidence. Give it numbers, names, and times. Belief without proof is noise. Proof turns belief into identity. Close the loop. When doubt speaks, answer with the day's proofs, not speeches. Record wins nightly, so your nervous system learns the new normal. If an old voice returns, trace it to its source and dismiss it like outdated law. This is applied faith, conviction escorted by consistent action. Keep the creed steady for 30 days and watch your calendar adopt your new name. Here is my nightly ritual to install a belief until it becomes identity. I write one sentence, short and specific. Result, deadline, service, and exchange. I read it slowly once, then twice with feeling, breathing until the words feel normal. I picture the scene as already true. Numbers on the ledger, names on the calendar. Then I choose 3 proofs for morning, so emotion becomes execution. I keep the language positive and present tense, never bargaining with doubt. Example, I create $8,000 per month by building offers for clinics by June 30th. Tonight I map tomorrow's 3 proofs. 1 call, one creation, one measurement. The power of the mind respects clear orders and consistent payroll. My subconscious mind searches overnight for methods to honor those orders. I repeat this for 30 days without editing the creed. If resistance appears, I tighten the routine, not the goal. Visualization lasts 60 seconds. Writing the proofs takes another 60. By noon, the ledger shows action, and belief earns fresh evidence. This is applied faith, conviction on paper, execution on schedule. Desire says, it would be nice. Belief says, it is inevitable. Desire buys books. Belief builds schedules and pays in advance with effort. Desire waits for mood. Belief shows up on time and brings tools. The power of the mind obeys whichever voice repeats with feeling. Pick carefully. If your calendar cannot see it, your mind does not believe it. Here is my audit. Do I have numbers, a deadline, and service I will render? If not, I have desire, not belief, useful spark, and sufficient engine. Belief assigns tomorrow's 3 proofs before I sleep. My subconscious mind then searches all night for methods, not excuses. Morning arrives with orders instead of anxiety. Understand this law. You do not attract what you wish. You organize what you believe. A clear creed turns hesitation into motion and motion into confidence. Keep the creed steady for 30 days and let results argue for you. Desire will cheer, belief will lead. And that leadership is what your faith must prove under pressure next. Applied faith answers one question. Will I continue before results appear? I act as if the outcome is inevitable, then let proof chase me. The power of the mind respects this posture and supplies methods on time. My subconscious mind hunts shortcuts only after I've paid an effort. This is the audit. Keep moving when applause is absent and doubt is loud. Second question, will I move without guarantees? Belief writes the check. Discipline cashes it at dawn. If I require certainty first, I have desire, not faith. So I deliver 3 proofs before noon, whether or not I feel like it. By evening, evidence returns, and with it, confidence. Third question, will I remain steady when others doubt? I'll let definiteness of purpose, not opinion, set my schedule. I judge advice by utility. Does it advance the mission today? If yes, I adopt it. If no, I file it in March. That is how you become what you believe. Belief reshapes identity first, counter second, income third. You will notice confidence arriving in small, steady deposits because you keep your word before noon. The power of the mind stops asking for permission and starts asking for the next useful move. Decisions speed up because your creed has already chosen the destination. Opportunities appear not by magic, but because your attention is finally trained to see them. 3 shifts will be obvious. First, confidence grows from evidence. Daily proofs stack until doubt loses its vote. Second, choices get faster and cleaner. Purpose decides, feelings follow. Third, resources begin to align. People who value clarity hear you more clearly. Your subconscious mind becomes a partner that delivers methods on schedule. Measure this change where it cannot lie. Track one number that matters, one skill you build, one person you serve weekly. Record the wins nightly so your new identity has a ledger. When setbacks visit, return to the sentence and the 3 proofs. Momentum will resume. This is applied faith maturing. Belief, behavior, results. Repeat it until they feel inevitable. What you believe, you become. This is the law that will not bend. Choose one creed and honor it with proofs before noon. Let results argue for you. Train the power of the mind to report on schedule, not on mood. Your subconscious mind is your most loyal worker when commanded clearly. Guard the sentence, guard the schedule, and your future will guard itself. Recap the frame, one outcome, one deadline, one service you will render. Speak at morning and night. Post 3 proofs by midday. Log the wins nightly so confidence compounds where doubt once lived. If fear visits, show it today's ledger. It respects numbers, not speeches. This is applied faith moving from theory to paycheck. Now we turn the key that most men fear and few master, persistence. Persistence keeps faith hot when proof is slow and critics are loud. It is the habit that rescues every other habit you admire. In our next episode, I will hand you the exact system I use to outlast resistance. If you intend to become unstoppable, stay close. Your training continues.